Good morning, Camp Nerd fans, YouTube followers, and subscribers. This is Ian coming back with another tutorial in C# programming. And today we're going to be opening a picture up in a picture box. And we're going to be using the open file dialog as well as being able to clear the picture out of the picture box. Now, I haven't been able to do any tutorials here lately because I've been doing some work and trying to get things ready for March 1st, which is the 7-week course of speech recognition. So be sure to catch that video. I'll have a link in the description below. And also, with any of my tutorials, if you like to share them, subscribe to the channel, feel free to do it. The button is the subscribe button to subscribe, and then also read the description and you'll find out some more stuff. But what we're going to be doing today is opening a picture up in a picture box, and I'm going to show you a program that I'm working on with OCR. It's ocular cognitive recognition is what I call it. It's actually a handwriting program, and what you do is we're not going to focus on this part, we're just going to focus on the picture box part, but eventually later on we'll get to this and I'll show you what this does. And while the program is loading, you can take a picture of a writing. Say if you write a letter, you take a picture, you load it to the system, and then you can actually convert it over to text. So we're not going to worry about the text part right here. We're just going to worry about the image section right here. So you notice I have a button named image and a button named clear. Now if we was to click on the button image, your dialog comes up and you can select a picture, and the picture comes up in the picture box. Now let's say if this was an actual program that that had the handwriting in it, which I'll show you an example. You can press clear to clear it out, or you can press image to put another image up there. But I think I have it somewhere. It's called sample. I'll have to see if I can find it. It should be in the picture somewhere, and I don't see it. I think it's in miscellaneous. So let's go to the miscellaneous, and then I'm looking for the sample. Those are just my drawings and stuff like that. I do not see the sample, but like for example, like this rose that I drew. Alright, you see how it's turned sideways? You can actually rotate that. I just haven't got to the point of that yet, but we will be doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right on into the program. Enough explaining and everything. And once we get to the program, you're going to open up Visual Studio, go to WinForms application, and name it whatever, and get to the point where you can start designing. We've been through a couple of tutorial videos already. You should know how to get to the WinForms application. For some of the ones that are first watching this and they don't know how to get to it, then I would recommend going back and watching the beginning of my tutorials on getting into Visual Studio, knowing how to get into where the program is at and bring things up. It's more for the novice who really does not know how to navigate Visual Studio. But once you're here at the form, what you want to do is you just want to design it, and you're going to expand it out, and you're going to grab two buttons, and you're just going to bring them down to wherever. You can put the size of the form as big as you want, and then you want to go down and you want to grab a picture box. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this picture box out to there, and we're going to bring this button here and then this button here. Now on the picture box, I really don't like just the white. I like to have a few things there so I can see, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. When we start the program, it has a white background, so naturally white on white, it's just going to come up as a huge empty form with two buttons, and to me that doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing to the end user, as you see. And they're going to be like, what exactly is that? And which is what we're going to do is I'll show you this here in just a second. As you notice, when I started to move it down, it kind of took everything away with it. So what we're going to do is, I've already done anchored the picture box all the way around, and we're just going to re-anchor the buttons to the bottom right and bottom left, and just like so. And then we're going to make this right here, we're going to add a little bit of color to it. So when you click on your properties, you're just going to back color, click control, and just click a different color to kind of give it like this right here. So now whenever we start the application, you'll see that when it comes up, just give it a second. Like I said, I've been doing some work and everything, and been tinkering with computers and things, so I've still got stuff running in the background, and it's causing this not to run correctly, but it's coming back up. So as you see, it has come up. So let me minimize these two out. Now you see, this is the form right here, button 1, button 2, and then a picture box. And if you was to expand it out when you anchor it like that, you'll still have the same thing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to program button 1 and button 2 to do some magic. Alright, so what we're going to have to do, very, very simple. In the last tutorials, the open the file dialog and saving the file, you're just going to click on button 1, and you're going to come up to the top, and on the using, you're going to put in using system.io, and I am typing one-handed this morning on this tutorial because I just woke up a little bit ago and I'm still drinking coffee and waking up and everything, so this one's going to be an early tutorial. But once you do using system.io, for the ones that do not know, IO is basically how you get to your files, to load files and be able to navigate around. It's real simple to understand. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to do your open file dialog. So once we do the open file dialog, and you can name it whatever, I'm just going to name it OPF, and then we're just going to put equals new open file dialog, and then we're going to close that off like that right there. Alright, now next we're going to go to your same thing as before, opf.title, and then that will equal, we'll name it select your image. Like that right there. And we're going to close that off. Now you're going to do your filters. You're going to do opf.filters, and then you're going to put equals, and then this is where you're going to go ahead and you're going to put in your like JPEG and stuff like that, which is, I've only got a select few that I'm going to do, and that is you're going to put in your image file, and so image file, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put your asterisk, which is shift 8 asterisk, and then you're going to put in dot JPG, and you're going to close that off. Then you're going to put in your asterisk, and then dot JPEG, and then you're going to close that off. Then you're going to do your asterisk again, then you're going to do dot BMP, and then you're going to close that off. And you can go through and put all of them. It really doesn't matter what you put. You can put in like .png, .bmp, .jpeg, JPG, all of that. And this is all the same thing like when you're doing opening music and MP4s and MP3s, and you're going to do the exact same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop right there, and we're going to close that off like that. Alright, now we're going to use our if statements like we did before in the last one, and except doing the file stream, we're going to be doing the bitmap. So if OPF dot show dialog is equal to dialog result dot okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put in bitmap, and then we're going to name that image equals new bitmap, and then in the parentheses we're going to have to put OPF dot file name. Then we're just going to come out and we're going to close that out like that right there. Alright, now since we've got the file, we got to place it somewhere. So in the picture box that you put, you're just put picture box dot image equals image. Alright, that is all you have to do to open the picture up in the picture box. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to button 2, and this is going to be to clear the image out. And basically you're just going to put picture box 1, and then you're going to put cancel async, and you're going to put your open close parentheses, and you're going to close it out. Then you're going to come back to picture box 1 dot image, and then you're going to do dot again, and then you're going to do dispose. And then you also want the picture to be null. The dispose kills the stream on it. And the cancel async, you really don't have to do all three of these, but I find it more helpful to do the cancel async and the image dot dispose. And then also picture box 1 dot image equals null, which means that there's no image in the picture box whatsoever. Now comes for the ultimate test, is to test it and see if there's any bugs, any errors or anything. And if you notice in all my tutorials, I just go straight through and program, then we'll sort bugs out later. I'm not the one to sit there and just flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what you do is you just click on button 1, and you've got an error. And let's see what we did. Okay, let's see if y'all can guess where the error was at, what I did. And if you want to, you can compare the image file.jpg, JPG, and BMP. I forgot one important component. I forgot to put the line, and then I'm just going to come back like this right here, and I'm just going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it. Just like that right there. Now, what that does is, I'll show you in the other one, just to kind of so you can see the reference on it, is if you notice, I have to put these right here, the JPEG and JPG, my open close, like that right there. Now we can run it. Like I said, I just woke up just a little bit ago. I'm still drinking coffee and getting everything in my system. Alright, let's try for round 2. Alright, we click on the button and you see it comes up. Very, very simple. Now on the sample with the handwriting recognition, is if you notice, when we click on sample, nothing really comes up right here. So what we got to do is, on the picture box itself, you got to click on the picture box, come over to your properties, and where it says background image layout, you're going to put that to zoom. So now when we come back, you'll see that the program comes up, and we click on the image, we expand it. You see how it does not do anything? We're going to have to play around till we find the right one, which is to kind of speed forward a little bit. See on here, what I have here, if we click on the picture box and then we go to background image layout, I have center. Sometimes it will go for the zoom, sometimes it'll go for stretch, depending on what you have. So let's try stretch. And which is, I know which one it is. We're just going through so you can kind of see if you run into this problem, like, hey, why is this not working the way it's supposed to on the picture box? It's because that way you can see exactly what each one does. So when we click on that, you see if we expand it out, it only gives the number down at the bottom. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the center, because we know tile is just going to tile it everywhere. So we click on the picture image box, and now we're going to go to center. And that's the one that we're going to want, because the center places everything in the center of the picture box. So now when the program comes up, we can click on button 1 to bring up the file dialog, and we can click sample, and you see it still comes up as nothing there. Alright, now depending on the size of the picture, you will have to go from there and do the scaling. Now if we look over here at the properties, as we see that we have pretty much everything. Alright, size mode normal. We could put the size mode on zoom, or center image, auto size, stretch image, or normal. Alright, size mode, if you notice over here on this one, see I have it as zoom. So you can go through that whole thing and figure out why is it not working. Then you need to look at the behavior, the size mode. Alright, now since we have it on zoom and we have the other one on center, when we run the program, you're going to see that when you click on button 1 and you open, it displays correctly. These are all the problems that you'll run into when you're programming and you're just trying to figure them out. And I showed you 2 different ways with the picture box of how to get that. Now let's say you want to expand that out. So we expand that out and it makes it bigger. Alright, now if we wanted to, this is the handwriting sample from my dad, and it's upside down, so here in this big open space you could actually put your rotates and everything, and that'll be another tutorial if y'all want to see more on this one, how to use a picture box, the rotation, and how to be able to edit the pictures, crop them, and things like that. I can sit there and show you. Now with button 2, you can just press button 2 and it clears the picture out. Or you can go to button 1 and you can click on the picture, or you can go back to button 1 and then just basically click on Roscoe, my little dog, which is, if y'all seen any of my other video tutorials, you know that I lost him. And then you can actually go and put arrows to go further, do pictures all the way across. Just depends on how you're wanting to do it. So this is just a basic tutorial on how to open a image in a picture box. And like I said, I'm still waking up, so this is just a fast tutorial. Nothing gets edited out of this until I get all my equipment set up to actually start doing more professional videos. I'm using an external mic that's just hooked into the front of my desktop, so there's probably going to be some buzzing sounds. But if you enjoyed this tutorial, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment box below. I'll answer them as soon as I can. And if you like the channel and you want to see more tutorials, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like it, share it with everybody, so we can bring this community a lot bigger and be able to have one big community of computer programmers sharing like thoughts and helping one another. Now, also, one of the new features that we have is you can donate to help more of these videos become possible. In the description below, you'll see a link that you can click, and you can donate to the Camp Nerd Foundation, which actually helps bring these tutorials more and to get equipment, everything. And then at the end of the year, we'll let all the people decide which charity foundation that the money wants to go to. We're going to take 50% of whatever comes in, and 50% of the proceeds gets to go to any charitable organization at the end of 2017. And there will be a video of me giving the charitable donation that money, and they'll be listed as well, so you can be a part of a good cause. Now, anything that you donate to me goes straight to the equipment and everything, and then I will donate the rest of it out of my pocket at the end of the year. Regardless, y'all donate, it's still going to happen. I do it every single year. The two charitable organizations that I support is the Cancer Society and the Autistic Society, and I usually donate $25,000 a piece to both of them. And right now, which is, I know that in the past videos you've seen me different places, in a tent, outside, in a room that has no walls or anything like that. I'm actually remodeling a trailer, and so this is what you get whenever you're remodeling and you don't have time to do anything, is unfinished stuff. But when it comes to the programming, we are going to finish it. This is the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Read the description below for all the other information that I've given in there. If you have any comments, leave them in the description below. Until next time I do a tutorial video, all the ones that's been with me for a while knows exactly what to do. You have to keep it nerdy in the camp. Alright guys, I'll see y'all in the next tutorial.